Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be building a trellis for some climbing hydrangeas that we planted last year, and they were doing really well until we had to paint our house, and we pulled the hydrangea off the wall so then we could paint it, and it ended up not doing as well because now it doesn't have anything to climb up as easily. So most of it's just laying on the ground. I need to build a trellis to lift it up off the ground and help it growing back up. So I'm going to build a trellis out of these boards I have right behind me. I went to the store and bought a few of these rough cut pressure treated fence boards that you use for building a fence, and I'll be able to rip this down into thin strips for the trellis, and then I'll weave it together and either nail it or screw it together depending on how strong it ends up being. So stick around, see what I've got planned, and I'll get to it. Now to get started today, I'm going to take the boards over to my table saw. These boards are about $1.50 to $1.75 at Lowe's. I'll end up using 2. I got 3, so I have some extras left over, but it'll be about $3 to $4 to make this trellis, so super cheap. I'm going to take these boards and rip them down into 2-inch sections. These 2-inch sections will be the uprights or vertical pieces of this trellis, and then I will then take a few of these strips of wood and rip those down the middle, and those will be the horizontal sections. Alright, I'm going to cut all the vertical pieces the same length. I will then take one out of that and make it a little bit longer than the rest and cut a sharp spike on the end so that you can stick it down into the ground, and that will actually hold up the trellis from tipping over. Now that they're all cut the right length, I'm going to start screwing these together. I'll put 4 screws in the base. These are just long enough to go through the 2 on the ends plus the middle one. So I'll screw from both sides, and this will hold all 5 of these sections together. The next step will be adding on these horizontal strips of wood onto the trellis, and this will really make it take shape, and you'll be able to see what it's going to start looking like. But to make sure both sides are curved evenly, I measured out 36 inches for the width of this trellis. I found the middle, stapled that first middle post, and then I start from one side and work to the other so that I know that they're both the same width away from the middle and they're both bent evenly. After testing it, the staples are going to hold it together really well, so I'm going to use that. I put 2 staples in each section, and I'm using 1 1/4 inch staples. Now the distance in between each of these horizontal strips can vary. I decided to do it 4.5 inches, but you could go up to 8 inches if you wanted, or even larger than that if you want a bigger trellis. So I decided to do 4.5 inches, and I'll go all the way down the face of this trellis, adding in these horizontal strips. Now I'm gonna flip it over, cut off any excess wood that's hanging off on the other side, and then I need to add a few horizontal strips onto the back of this trellis. I'll line it up with every other strip that's on the front, and this is so that when you look at it from the front, it doesn't look odd. It's all lined up and you might not even see it. So this really just helps with the strength of the trellis. The pressure treated wood, as it dries out, it will tend to bend and warp, so this will just keep it in place and not allow it to twist or warp out of position. Alright, here's the finished trellis. It was super easy to build, just about anybody can do it, and it only cost $3 to build. So I think this is a great DIY project, a good addition to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any questions about this build, just let me know in the comments below. Alright, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you want a notification when I upload a video, click on that bell icon, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.